Well, hello from the Captain Picard Week Podcast Festival, brought to you by Strange New Pod. We are Green Shirt, a newbie's trek through TNG. And I am Cameron, the titular Green Shirt and newbie, who just lost the thread and never watched The Next Generation growing up. But here to adorn me in the haute couture of Star Trek, the
haute couture.
I looked at the pronunciation. That's how you do it, according to a YouTube video. The Mugatu to my Derek Zoolander, Rob Campbell.
Quote from that. $1 million. No, that's wrong.
And that's not to be confused with the Mugato, which of course is the Star Trek alien.
Of course.
The Edna mode to my Mr. Incredible, Miss Bobby Blue.
She's stretches.
No,
come on.
Sorry, I suck at these.
Yeah, we're all bad
one
today.
Our guest and former host, the Anne Hathaway to my Prada-wearing devil, Marcy Phillips.
I mean, I've watched the movie. What's a quote from that movie?
You told me to use this example.
I thought I was super happy to get. I was hoping I'd get the Edema mode because at least I would know, like, don't wear a cape because you get sucked into jets.
Start from the beginning.
I was not very good at wearing the dresses, and now I am.
There we go. I've never seen it, so I believe that's an exact quote. Manning the spotlight and making sure none of us are too sexy for this podcast, the president and only member of the Right Said Fred fan club, producer John T. Bolds.
And I'll just do my little turn on the producer catwalk.
Love it. He's just too sexy for this podcast, indeed.
All right. Well, I once again want to thank Strange New Pod for inviting us here to Captain Picard Week with all these other great Trekkie podcasts to talk all things Jean-Luc. Let's shout them out properly. If you want to know more about Strange New Pod, follow them on Twitter at Strange New Pod or visit their very nice website, strangenewpod.com.
Nice.
Now, normally we would be covering an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation that I haven't seen. We are currently halfway through season 5, I think precisely halfway through. But instead, for this special bonus Captain Picard Week episode, we want to focus on the good captain, and we will be doing Picard by the Yard, fashionably going where no one has gone before. That's right. We are undressing the good captain one outfit at a time to see what his clothes can tell us about him. Any thoughts on all that so far, guys?
So far, so good. Fashion is something a big passion of mine.
Todd, you never shut up about the clothes on the podcast, Rob.
Yeah, like never. Last minute is like, I'm not really interested in Star Trek fashion. We're like, too late now.
But I do like costumes, and that's what really all fashion is, just, cosplay, and when you get right down to it.
Exactly.
Well, great. Just a couple quick caveats. Again, I've only seen 5.5 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. So that's primarily where
episodes or seasons.
Thank you. Seasons. I'm not that green yet. The green is fading. I'm over halfway through.
Why did you stop halfway through the 6th episode?
Well, no, Ito was the 7th. I forget what 6 was. Oh, no. Maybe was that the first Ferengi one, maybe? Anyway.
Yeah, no,
it's not our job to memorize the order of episodes. It's not our job.
5.5 seasons. So most of the outfits are coming from that era. My co-hosts have selected a couple from later seasons and even shows that they will primarily talk about. They promise no spoilers. But yeah, I don't think we have any from the movie. So this isn't a completionist view of Picard's wardrobe.
And yeah, you Twitch users, don't you spoil it for Cam.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. No spoilers in the chat.
I don't want to know about the giant baby episode where it's just him in a diaper the whole time.
Oh, you already know.
Well, too late. Okay, now we can spoil everything.
There we go. That's the big twist in the final episode, right?
Big baby.
They were all babies all along.
Bald when he came out of the canal and bald when he dies. Right?
That's how it goes. Final caveat. This is our first live stream. And so there's that. Be kind to us. Thank you, live chat. Well, I just looked over and there's a lot of live chat going on. Awesome. Thank you for coming. You are in a very elite club. Our very first live audience. We're going to do our best to interact with you.
We do.
Yes,
please
let us know. And we'll have some questions. Ask us questions. We'll do our best to interact as we go along. But unless anyone has anything else, are we ready to get this fashion show on the catwalk?
As well,
Let's do it.
All right, we begin with the uniforms.
To start off the show, we have Jean-Luc Picard in the classic Starfleet uniform. As you can see, this is the two-piece design made from a lovely wool blend with a nearly invisible elastic waistband. The clean lines, easily visible pips, and commanding presence of this design will give you the confidence and versatility you need to face off against a Romulan warbird or make love on the holodeck. The classic uniform became popular when officers began demanding less moose knuckle and camel toe, more function.
Very good.
That was excellent, Marcy.
Good job, Marcy.
I love our royalty-free fashion show music. That's high quality.
And great volume, I think. Thank you very much, Invisible Producer.
Invisible producers doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, so I think the uniform is obviously classic. Every one of them wears it constantly. And in that first season, I think in the very beginning of our podcast, when we started in season 1, we had like a long discussion about how there was that giant jumpsuit spandex that apparently was like so tight that it was giving like Picard and Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, all the men were starting to have back problems. And also they were like super stinky and they couldn't like clean them well enough to make the stink go away.
How much do you think an unwashed one of those would go for on eBay?
Oh my God, somebody would really want Patrick Stewart's stink. I know it.
Somebody? Is that somebody you,
Me.
Marcy?
Yeah.
Saying that the standard uniforms are good is like, I don't know. When I first started this podcast in season 2, I was added on. I was trying to make a running bit where I would talk about how the theme song is good. Like, things that are obviously like these uniforms are obviously iconic and the theme song is obviously iconic. So I would be like, hey, you guys, have you noticed how good this theme song is? And it only lasted like 2 episodes before you guys kept staring at me absent, like blindly, like blankly rather. So yeah, I mean, obviously these uniforms are just, you can't get any better, right? Or is there a better? We'll find out.
Oh, maybe.
And I like looking through the pictures for this. I definitely noticed like Patrick Stewart had his chest thrust out or padded much more in season 1 and 2 than in the rest of the series. Like he's almost hunched over a little bit in seasons 3 and 4 and 5, especially once he starts wearing some other types of outfits. But yeah, it is certainly an improvement once they got off of seasons 1 and 2.
Well, the funny thing that I noticed was that the jumpsuits, the men stopped wearing them, but a lot of the time I realized like Crusher, I think even in one of the most recent season 5, is still wearing the jumpsuit version. And I'm wondering if it's like, we need the ladies to be like super sexy because the spandex, you can't like not show every detail, like your fucking camel toe.
It's too
So
late.
it's like,
I've seen everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I realized, I looked it up, the Picard Maneuver actually started with the jumpsuit. I mean, they do it later with the 2-piece number.
Yeah, I thought I remember seeing it in season 1.
Yeah, they were just constantly adjusting, probably to like give them more room in the package area.
Fair. Well, so then, I mean, when they continue it with the 2-piece, does he still need to because it's separating, or did he just?
I think they just a tick that now,
a tick
like
started.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like the other characters do it a lot too. I think you pull your shirts down a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm always adjusting. Because I'm one of those weirdos that tuck in my t-shirt, so I'm always having to like tuck it back in.
I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? You're tucking your t-shirt.
I know.
Give yourself a wedgie right now,
Cam. Liz Lemon really stuck it to me in one episode of 30 Rock. But so yeah, the Picard Maneuver, let's talk about that a bit, because obviously, again, it was a production thing. But if we ignore the production and just look at the show as canon, like what does that tell us about the character, do you think? Like, is it a sign of discomfort in his uniform, or is it, I feel like it's a sign of dominance. I feel like he usually uses it as an exclamation when he really kind of opens a can of diplomacy ass on someone.
Oh yeah, like when there's a lot of them where he goes from standing to sitting, and usually when he's standing, he's like just done something really powerful, like told somebody to fuck off. And then when he sits down, he's like, Yep, I just fucked you off.
Did everyone just see that?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of when people, like guys wearing suits or women wearing suits, and they button it right before they sit down, but they got to unbutton it. It's just it's a dress move,
like an illegal show, like to do that. Lawyer sitting down. I wonder if it's like a power move. Like when my personal power move, I will zip up my open fly before I want to really make a. I'll be like, oh yeah, zip, because I'll have left it accidentally down. That's
accidentally
my
down.
Well, zip.
All right. Anything else on this one, or shall we move?
We can move on, but I would like to say in the chat we have a couple comments that are worth noting. Jean-Luc Picard, that's great.
Love that.
And nice.
Marcy is getting some love for her earrings.
Thank you.
Star Trek earrings. Anybody else wearing Star Trek accoutrement today? I have my original series belt buckle. I don't know if I can show it without. Hopefully,
he's got to zip up first, you guys.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
Hold on.
I got some honorable socks. It's a good day.
Ooh, nice.
Oh man,
that's
impressive. Wow.
Yeah, it's a gift from my wife last Christmas.
That's
cool.
Now I'm not wearing a belt. It's Star Trek After Dark, you guys.
Well, yeah, I'll show off the t-shirt again at the end when we let people know where they can purchase one.
And then the last comment I noticed, I know I probably missed a lot of great comments, but the Pad Trick Stewart is another classic. TMA JB. It's a good pun contributor. Thank you.
All right, let's get on to the next outfit then.
The dress uniform. Gotta love it. Wish we saw it more.
Is it showing up?
I see the first slide. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The dress uniform. This thigh-length tunic is essentially a longer version of the typical Starfleet uniform with an asymmetric wrap-over collar embellished with gold trim. Though you won't catch Jean-Luc sporting the short-sleeved skirt-like tunics donned by male crew members with bare legs in earlier episodes, you will notice that Picard's black slacks really make his dress uniform stand out. Wow.
Nice.
Very nice. Good job, Bobby.
Thanks.
He had some good pecs in those photos.
Yeah,
Such
did he,
shape.
or are those built in?
Oh, those are his.
Okay.
All of his muscles are his. Have you seen the movies?
Every muscle is Patrick Stewart's.
Yeah.
So what I like about with those photos we just saw, in some it seems quite pleased, and some he's kind of scowling in the outfit, and I feel it does kind of show the dichotomy of Jean-Luc and his feelings towards diplomacy, because he loves diplomacy. Like we said, he likes to open a can of diplomacy ass on people, and he loves, whenever new races can join the Federation, he just gets off on that, or like any historic moments. But he hates the pomp and circumstance of it all. He hates all of that, and so I think he does maybe have like a love-hate relationship with these dress uniforms.
Yeah, he'd rather be in a nice. I don't know, what is he most comfortable in? Seems like
well, we will be talking
some
about
later
that.
outfits that will be presented.
Well, I think he's more comfortable in his classic uniform. Probably it's just what he's. I bet that's where he feels the most.
In the dress, yeah,
at home. Not that he sleeps in it, obviously, but
no,
I mean,
we see what he sleeps
definitely
in.
like kind of his identity, or at least what I imagine him in is the classic uniform. But I like the dress uniforms, gold piping, and it's always funny when you see the admirals and then their pips also have the like gold piping around it.
Some of those admirals look like they just came from like a Vegas showroom.
Or the madmirals, as we should just always call them, because there's
9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I think what he wears it in Keiko's wedding.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like.
I think, did he wear it when meeting the code of honor
I believe.
aliens? Oh, the Antikins. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, because there were no, not the Antikins. The weird fish people were going to become members of the Federation, right?
Right. It's like always when they have a big gathering, he always like with other aliens and stuff, he ends up showing up in his dress uniform.
But the fish people that they were preparing the hot tub slime machine for in the
No,
I think that was a different.
That was the Sarek episode. Yeah,
different fish people.
Yeah.
But any chance to get that pun in, I'm fine with.
I did
it. All right.
we
Anything
have
else on the-
we do have in the chat. It is one of the more gender neutral looks.
Yeah, I mean, I do
Um,
love the idea of them for sure. I'm glad they're on the show.
MX may even always wondered why there weren't why their future didn't have more androgyny. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
I agree with that one.
Mhm.
Well, there's an upcoming episode. I don't think that Cam's seen it yet. That has a whole culture that is androgynous, basically. And of course, it's a Riker episode. So guess what happens?
I don't get it. What happens, Marcy?
His
Suddenly the
dick
next-
goes in one of them.
The next generation all have a magnificent beards, and the androgyny
Yeah.
goes out the window.
Yeah, it's too bad that they didn't predict better free gender and or lack of gender or more gender. But you
Well,
know,
I
people
mean,
writing this, they probably couldn't even predict.
They
what
did
was
more
coming.
than some other star or sci-fi shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
true.
again, we have these dress uniforms. And I've got a handful of episodes.
Yeah.
All right. The next uniform and final uniform.
There we go. All right, we have what the green shirt crew lovingly calls the action jacket, first introduced in Darmok. And in that episode only, featuring the padded leather shoulders. After that, it went to more velvet, more casual and relaxed, and far less action, because after Darmok and wielding a knife against a lightning monster, Picard pretty much wears this whenever the hell he pleases while walking around the Enterprise. But still, just looking badass the whole time.
Now, this is quickly becoming on our podcast because we coined it the action jacket. Cameron is always like, "Well, where's the action? He's wearing it right now." And I don't
I
think it's an
have
action.
a
We have to change the
basement
name.
with so much red string, just trying to figure out when he wears it. Like some days it's just walking down the hall, some days it's important meetings, some days it's away missions. There's no rhyme or reason to when he puts on the jacket.
Maybe we should have called it the walking down the hall jacket.
I think this is probably what he's most comfortable in as far as a uniform,
Oh yeah.
right?
I think it's what
mean,
the actor's most comfortable in.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a couple of those photos, actually, he looked a little frumpy in them, I've got to
Yes,
say.
it is not a
the
tailored jacket by any means.
Right.
It is a comfortable, relaxed wear type. You know, you wear it around, you throw it on when you're going to go out on a chilly day, not a cold day, but definitely just like, there's a little bit of a bite in the air. I'm going to throw on my action jacket and go walk down to the coffee shop, something like that.
I'm just
But no,
gonna
it's
throw
not
on my
tailored, it's
action
not
jacket.
form-fitting. Yeah.
Weekend jacket. It's his I don't know.
Well,
Nice.
I prefer the
House
peck
jacket?
revealing uniforms.
That's fair. I don't know. I love the jacket. I think he looks great in it.
We will continue calling it the action jacket. It's a
Oh, yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
obviously a great descriptor.
It's cool that they gave him another piece to wear other than the uniform that
Sure.
was a little more official. I think that's something that I was thinking about as we were going through these is a lot of the military uniforms in our military have like hat options
Mhm.
and like utilitarian options. So it is nice that they have multiple types of uniforms, but it'd be cool if they had more accessories, I guess,
sure.
for the
Instead of those-
uniforms.
Those giant
like-
belts they wear on the away missions that just like bruise the thighs as they run.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I like to think of it too as like it is him relaxing finally on the Enterprise. You know, after the Stargazer and now in charge of the Enterprise, those first couple seasons he was stiff and by the book, and now he's got it literally just got a unzipped jacket that he wears around. He's more relaxed, not just with how he moves and how he acts, but with all of his crew too. They are his family now.
Mhm. I still like the idea that he somehow earned this because of the actions of Redemption Part 1 and 2, because that's when it showed up. So like that's some sort of like Starfleet promotion. Like you did a good job. You get to wear like a comfy jacket around the starship now.
Or it's the jacket of shame for killing so many people at Wolf 359.
A
And
year
he's
after
the
that.
only one that wears one, right? Only Captain Picard. Yeah.
You got to kill 10,000 Starfleet officers to earn it.
And who else has done that?
Yeah, exactly.
And the closest thing, I guess, is what Ensign Rowe wears when she gets a zip. She has some. I mean, it's
Oh,
she has
yeah.
a zipper at
She
least.
gets a magically
The
appearing
The
jacket.
magic zipper.
And you know,
That's right.
she's killed some people too. So
Oh man.
Yeah, that's man.
I'm
it
still
is a
kept
killer
awake at night
jacket.
because of that.
Somebody
that
say
magical
zipper?
outfit.
Oh.
No, Rob.
Power play.
Now Rob's gonna action.
It doesn't
jacket.
count as a power play if you zip and then you shout at the person, power play, right? That kind of takes the whole point out of it.
All right. Any other thoughts on the jacket? The action jacket?
I just hope we see more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you know what? It's my job to point it out every time we do.
In the chat, let's see here. I don't want to go too far. Let's see here. Of course, a lot of love for the action jacket. Wayfair Longtan wants to refer to their denim jacket as their action jacket, which is
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. And that's it for now. I'm getting too distracted by chat.
Okay. Well, speaking of the chat, we've got a group question. So chat, feel free to speak up and we'll read some answers. But since we have finished the uniform section, you know, have you guys ever had to wear either a great or more likely terrible uniform for work? Any of those stories?
I worked at Regal Cinemas, Fox Tower 10 here in Portland, Oregon. Just, you know, the Regal Cinemas that showed the Coen Brothers movies and the art house stuff, sort of. And yeah, I had to wear the Regal vest. And it was a big day when I got promoted to it wasn't a manager position technically. I think they made up a new position for me because they only wanted to pay me a quarter more an hour. But the other bonus was, in addition to that, that precious 25 cents, I got to wear just a regular shirt and tie. But it wasn't really that vest, man, those maroon or red vests at Regal Cinemas, not super good looking, but
Not a fan.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine was
well,
a purple
they're-
and black Cineplex Odeon polo shirt.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
I
way
think your
better.
vest though was better than my Kmart red vest.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
That was just so
Sort of like
uncomfortable.
Superstore, like the Superstore TV show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The long time ago. Rest in peace, Kmart, Super K.
oh,
all
right.
that.
Yeah. Speaking of shirts and ties, I worked at Olive Garden for a while, and thank God they've changed this. But when I worked there, you had to wear a tie. God forbid it had any sort of like image on it. It had just be a pattern. I got in trouble over wearing a snowman tie at Christmas once.
Wow.
But it was the worst place to wear a tie because you were constantly bending over people's pasta and soup to grate, fresh Romano cheese into it. And so I had mastered the trick of like flipping it over my shoulder and but I still wound up with a couple ties with a little, minestrone tips on them.
They should have built a cheese grater into the tie.
There you go.
One other question, Cameron, when you were there, did you feel like you were family?
Oh, we were all family.
I'd have
I
to say
don't.
the only other. Oh, Marcy, did you have one?
I mean, I think I'm trying to think back. It's been a long time since I've had to wear a uniform, but I was a housekeeper. I worked at the University of Alaska Fairbanks because I grew up in Alaska. And in the summers, the campus would rent out their rooms seasonally. And so they had this campus crew and you'd walk around and everybody had to wear like the same colored shirt with your name on it, but it was just like a t-shirt. So it wasn't really uncomfortable, but I think it was just so all of the bosses could like identify if you were being lazy and not doing your job because they were like super bright. So they knew who you were when you weren't wandering around campus.
Jesse from the Sudden But Inevitable podcast in our live chat did a little punch up on my response to Rob asking if I felt like family. A much better retort would have been, it's pronounced hospitaliano, Rob.
Good one.
That's my
Someone's
feeling.
eaten at Olive Garden a couple times.
That's right. John, you have an answer, yes?
Yeah, I used to work in a big oil and gas plant, so we had to wear flame resistant clothing, and every shirt we ordered, which the company bought, had to be embroidered with their logo. So I have a good stock of shirts left over that if I just really want to go out and work or do something, I'm going to be advertising that company for the rest of my life.
Now, as
Because it's
podcast
about
producer,
300 yards of thread in that embroider.
wow, we would like
Yeah, it's
to institute a dress code policy for this podcast, John, and I do want you to wear flame proof
Yeah, at least
clothing
once.
because of all the burning I do of you, sweet burn. So you should probably.
As soon as I feel that burn, I'll put that clothing on. Don't worry.
John and I have we're always fighting for the alpha spot on this podcast.
See, you
not
keep
always
saying
fighting.
that,
He's
Rob, but
always
I haven't
fighting.
ever started fighting. It just, I don't know. it happens.
All right. Well, let's move on before this gets too nasty. We are moving into the casual wear of the show.
All right. Rise of hot pants. I got some really good ones, you guys. Thank you.
Is it your
So,
phone?
There it is.
it's
Oh,
going.
okay.
Rise of Hot Pants. He may have been forced to take a vacation, but no one forced our captain to relax in very short and very tight Speedo-esque trunks. The swimsuit is accented with green and blue razor stripes. And accompanying the shiny boy shorts, Picard showcases a drapey, asymmetrical overshirt with large angled pockets. The seashell white thin robe is both comfortable and utilitarian for a man in his book, which can easily fit inside the oversized pockets. Oh, Captain, my Captain. It's too bad we don't see you in these shorts more often.
Very nice.
Very good.
All right, live chat, let us know who wore it better, Daniel Craig or Patrick Stewart.
We all know the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys up with Daniel Craig? Is that what you're saying? I don't know, because I'm with Picard.
It's Picard week. No, it's
Yeah,
Picard week.
no,
I
I
think
mean,
Picard
yeah,
week,
there's a bunch of
yeah.
nerds in our live chat. so
everybody in the chat's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although they might be Bond nerds as well. You know, there's some
There's some
overlap.
overlap. Yeah.
well, where's Daniel Craig going to put his book or his gun or his whatever? Like, he can't fit it anywhere. Picard
He already
can
has
get
it.
shit done.
He already has it there in the front of his pants, I think.
I love the
Oh.
idea of him putting like an entire tome of Shakespeare like in that like side pocket, and it's like weighing down the
I would like to
overcoat.
see Daniel Craig with those shorts and a fanny pack for those things. He's got a little fanny pack with his book and his gun.
That Q made for him.
I feel like Picard's way more confident than Daniel Craig in these shorts because his shorts are shiny. Okay.
Mhm.
He had long, serious conversations in these shorts with several different people.
Sure. I mean, there were times when he did kind of self-consciously wrap the robe around him. I'm wondering, I cannot picture walking into Captain Picard's room on the Starship Enterprise and opening up a drawer and seeing that pair of shorts in his room. Like, I think he got down to Risa in like his normal outfit and they're like, sir, you cannot wear that. We have a replicator right over here with 3 selections of shorts and different color shininess. You pick one out if you're going to go lay by the pool and read your book.
Yeah, he was wearing those like 1930s like full body swimsuits.
yeah. Like for an English boys'
like a
school.
bonnet, like with the ruffles. No, sir, you have to wear these shiny hot pants.
Well, if he had choices and those are the one he chose, I mean, what does that say?
Well, you
about
should have seen the
Jean-Luc?
other choices, Bobby.
Oh, there was
transparent.
like a thong or something.
They were like, you literally have to wear the Horgon on your dick. And he's like, no, give me the shiny hot pants.
And I would like to, we'll bring this one back up here. I would like to point out, the Ferengi's outfit here too. Well, we got Picard here in what we'll call like a John pose, and the Ferengi's in a Rob pose over here. But look at that outfit. That is a fantastic outfit. All 3 of them are just, I mean, the fashion on Risa is pretty outstanding.
I got
And there's the Horgon statue way in the back.
Yep.
there it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Rob doesn't have much to say on
John
this one.
just won. He's on the top of the rung now. I can't refute that.
All right, well, let's remain on Risa and see an outfit I think Picard is a little more comfortable in. John, are you able to manually go through the slides?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll let you know when I'm ready for the different
Okay.
poses then.
All right.
All right. Yes, Jean-Luc Picard's Archaeology Ensemble. Wrong one. Risa is known for pleasure and adventure. Why not embody both with this ensemble that puts the prospect in prospector? A loose knit gray shirt hangs open to reveal the very low neckline of a white undershirt. Complete with a pair of brown jodhpurs tucked into hiking boots, you'll look both discreet and stunning. Let's see that other pose, Jean-Luc. Don't shoot. I'm only guilty of looking damned dashing. And our final pose, please. The outfit also transforms into nightwear. When things get hot and sweaty, you can lose the overshirt to reveal bare arms. Accessorize the look with a collapsible shovel, which will let everyone know you're ready to find where X marks the spot. I mean, look at that. Look at that pose.
Look at those
Man.
biceps.
Yeah. The
Dang.
veins are popping in the
Mhm.
forearms.
I was like, dig some more.
Yeah.
You can dig in me anytime, Picard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm questioning my heterosexuality right now.
We should. I mean, what was Patrick Stewart ever one of like whatever blah 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 sexiest men? He should have been.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
in
sure he
my-
was on several
In my
lists over
blog,
the years.
in my my live journal, sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely one of the most comfortable outfits he's in. It's his. I mean, and this kind of goes into the cosplay, which we're going to hit later. But like, he loves to imagine himself an explorer, an archaeologist. He's out there solving a mystery right now. He's living his boyhood dream. There's sex, violence, adventure. It's all wrapped up. Time traveling aliens. Like, he is in his element. In this part of the episode when he dons this uniform. And we know those are his clothes, not something he replicated there on Risa, because we'll see that exact same shirt later on.
Yeah. I think you're right in that this is the outfit. Like, he wants to be an archaeologist almost more than he wants to be a starship captain, or he wants to go back to a time when like original things were being discovered and it would be him, and so he's kind of, it is a fantasy for him to want to find a new artifact or something.
Well, and just, I mean, this is, I think, in the first 5.5 seasons, the only time we've seen him have sex. Well, and then the second time Vash shows up. But so like, I mean, yeah, he is just at one with himself and comfortable in this outfit. This is who he's willing to show himself to someone.
Which is funny because he was in a much more relaxed outfit earlier on in those short shorts and was far less relaxed.
Exactly.
Until he started to get to nerd out and solve a mystery and do some archaeology. So he has his archaeology uniform ready.
He's always got it packed just in case.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him just like everywhere he goes. Oh, are you going on a dig? Hold on. Goes like puts it on.
I'm ready. Collapsible shovel?
That's my toddler. He's just digging in the sand. I've got an outfit for this.
I've even got a can of dirt that I can rub on myself for that sweaty, dirty look later. You want to see it.
He probably
again.
has like Data or O'Brien standing by up on the ship, ready to like transport in little treasures under the sand wherever the kid's digging.
Oh, Data geocaching.
Oh. I love that idea of Data like tricking Picard for his own good. Like, like I'm gonna.
Like
go ahead.
Like that's his birthday present. Like they just set up like a big elaborate the game style situation.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine how good a game you could do with all that future technology?
Fantastic. I mean,
Just
you
knock
could
out the
literally
captain,
kill
he
them
wakes
and
up
bring
in the
them back from the dead.
Yeah. You knock him out, wake him up in the holodeck. He never knows he's in the holodeck.
Yeah. Take that, escape rooms.
Remove all their memories afterwards with the Pulaski method, so they never remember it. You can fuck with them and then they'll never remember it again.
Just keep redoing it every year. You only have to do all the work once. Have Pulaski erasing your memories.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so ethical to do that if they don't know about it. Cam.
I just want to say Wayfair.
With our kids.
Yeah.
Wayfair Longtan says, what they say? Oh, they feel that baldness may be the key that brings all these outfits together. And I don't know if I disagree with that. There is something, I mean, the way Patrick Stewart wears that baldness, it's so classy that he can bring all these disparate outfits together.
Do you feel like he's the first one that kind of made bald men realize that like bald is sexy?
He was on the front. I was wondering about this because like he is kind of frumpy. He's a balding middle-aged man, and they like Star Trek really put him out there as the sex symbol, especially with this episode and going forward.
Did you just call Patrick Stewart frumpy?
Yeah, I mean he's stuffy.
He is the opposite of frumpy. Frumpy means like droopy. He's
okay,
not
frumpy is
droopy.
the wrong word. Frumpy is the wrong word. Grumpy, stuffy. I think that's what I was going for.
Okay.
Stuffy.
Yeah, and I know another one of the podcasts on Captain Picard Week. Just yesterday, I put them down. Where were they? The Antimatter Pod addressed this specifically.
That's right. I watched it.
They say they are not. He is not stuffy, and I would probably agree with that. But
well, what about all the other outfits we'll get to it where he has headwear on?
Right.
And I mean, is he sexier bald, or is he sexier when he has the hats that we'll talk about later?
Baldness has come and gone as a popular trend. I mean, I don't know if Telly Savalas was a sex symbol or not, but I'm sure there's just if we could chart it.
Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner, yeah. But I was thinking around the same time, Sean Connery, fittingly enough, was also considered a very sexy older gentleman, but Hollywood usually made him wear a wig. They didn't let him be bald until like the late 90s with Entrapment.
Well, Ted Danson wears a toupee. He's like known for his amazing head of hair, and it's a toupee.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
even now with
Has
that
been for
great
a
white
long
hair?
time.
Yeah, a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's. I'm gonna need to take a moment, guys. The Good Place was a lie.
Cam, yes,
Okay.
The Good Place was literally a lie.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on then.
There's a little bit of a trend
Yes.
with our with legs. Wait for that music.
Brought this to you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll forget the music. Forget it. Give the devil his due, and please engage with this comfy teal sleeper.
Mm.
This flowy, drapey blouse will put any ass to sleep, to be honest. Make it short, number one. Short shorts, that is. Also, chest hair. Yes, that is. Look at this glorious, tie.
Those
He's got
veins.
he's got some more veins showing here in high def, in muddy high definition. This is the outfit from Devil's Due, where the Ardra, the scam artist, has transported him from his bed to the planet, and yeah, he is embarrassed about it. He's not comfortable in these clothes, especially when in mixed company. So
Yeah, I mean, we see him in his pajamas quite a bit, and they're all pretty similar to that outfit. I do love that moment though when he's transported down. You can tell how uncomfortable he is, but he plays the captain. I mean, he plays it right. He stands up straight and he owns it, but he's not enjoying it.
And props to Geordi, who's the one down there who he transports in front of him. He's like, captain, and doesn't even ask the question. He's like, all right, whatever happened.
Could you imagine if he's like, oh my, I didn't know you had that much chest hair. Like,
yeah, it's
So
important.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Well, no, you go ahead.
I will say, of all his outfits, like I picture, it's like, okay, does this look comfortable? How could you sleep with something tied around your torso? Like that sounds so infuriatingly uncomfortable to me. I would never be able to fall asleep.
It's got to
with
be
the tie
freezing
around.
temperatures just for me to sleep with a t-shirt on.
No, it's
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I imagine if you can all imagine being suddenly transported down to your coworkers in what you do sleep in, I assume most of us would be also mortified. But
I mean, I'm sure we've all had that nightmare for a reason.
yeah, but does look. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, the tie wouldn't be comfy, but I also can fall asleep quite easily, fully dressed. I have fallen asleep with a necktie on. So
yeah, fallen asleep or gone to sleep though. I mean, this is those are two very different things.
Sure.
Well, like I
Well,
one
said,
day you
we've
sit down,
we've
pass
seen
out.
Picard in a few sets of pajamas, so he knows, like, as a captain, things are going to happen, and he's got to look good when it does. And I mean, he rocks this set of pajamas, I think.
I do think it would be funny if, like, when they transported him down, when I wear pajamas, by the time I wake up, they're like hiked up to my chest and like up into my crotch. So it'd be really funny if he was like
Totally
like
disheveled.
completely in disarray in his
The whole time
pajamas.
Ardra's talking
Yeah.
to him, he's like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, geez, sorry, pulling down my pants. Like,
Much
but
more
this is like
realistic.
a theme with him, the wrap around,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
cross chest asymmetrical lines, like you said, Bobby.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that with our next outfit, actually, because even when he's not in bed, he's showing off that chest.
I will say with one last point in that scene when he beams down with Geordi, actually both of them are in their pajamas, because I think every time we see Geordi sleeping, he's in uniform.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
That's probably why Geordi doesn't think it's weird at all.
He's in uniform. That's funny.
next slide. Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay. After a long, hard war, Captain Picard decided that it was time to head back home and pretend to just be one of the people. Like Cameron said before, wearing a very, very similar shirt to his archaeology outfit, which is fitting because he tries to give up being a captain in this and tries to go underwater to do some exploration. Later on, he decides to still keep the drapey V-neck and hairy chest going while chatting with some friends and walking his family's opulent vineyard. And when his brother is giving him just loads of shit, the way good brothers do, he still gets to walk with authority. And you can see the captain there, not just Jean-Luc Picard. And like a true French president, he isn't afraid to get down in the mud and fight them.
I could definitely see us captain in that previous shot, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
What do you mean, Cameron?
I don't know. His little bald captain. Yes, I think these outfits really are probably going to be the most telling about the man, Jean-Luc Picard. Let's remember when this is taking place. Directly after the events of Wolf 359. He is responsible for, again, yes, many deaths. He's also being hailed as the hero of that. And he is on the verge of quitting Starfleet. This is probably Jean-Luc's lowest point, at least that we've seen in the show. And he's going back to his brother. It's a reunion of sorts. And we all, even those among us who care the least about what we wear are going to think about it a little bit when they're going to a family reunion on this precipice of like such a huge decision. So I think we can say he's selected these outfits carefully. Yes, he's wearing the same shirt again. So maybe he only has like 5 shirts besides his Starfleet uniform, which would say a lot about the man. But I don't know. What do you guys think about his truly casual civvies here?
That's a lot of V-neck to just fall open anytime you bend over in day-to-day life. I mean, he is on a vineyard. That shirt's going to be falling open all the time. There's going to be grapes falling in there. He's going to have
you can just
half a bottle of wine.
Harvest the grapes into his shirt.
Yeah. Just gets grape love handles tucked all around.
A nice little V-neck pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? They should do that at the Olive Garden. They can fill their shirts with grapes and then squeeze them onto your table like and then use their cheese grater tie.
Don't give them any ideas, Rob. Marcy, are you saying he's Captain Kangaroo?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do love like a lot of the pictures that we've got. His posture is just spot on. Like that's how you can tell he's a captain. I mean, his brother also has that same really like stick up the ass like posture,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, he definitely, I think you can tell that there's no way he can not stay. He can't stay in this family vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously he's going to go back to the Enterprise. It just doesn't fit him and the way that he is.
Well, he was going to go live on the Sea Quest or whatever they were talking about.
I mean, he was thinking about taking on a new exploration, but it's just not the same.
It's not for him. Yeah, I mean, you look at these do kind of just feel like the fashion they've implied the future has. These types of shirts Picard wears a lot. But I mean, I looked at some of Geordi's and some of Riker's casual wear, and they're not as open and V-neck as Picard wears. Like Riker has an open shirt at one point, but it's more square at the bottom. He doesn't go for the deep V. And Geordi actually covered his entire chest because I assume, going back to The Good Place, it would just be like Chidi taking off his shirt and you just going, whoa, where'd those abs come from? He doesn't want to shock people. But I was wondering, so Picard likes the open V. Would that have anything to do with him being run through by a Nausicaan blade? Like that, again, was a very traumatic moment of his life when he was stabbed in the heart, giving him a fake heart, which he is very self-conscious about, wouldn't even tell Pulaski about, put off getting replaced. This is a deeply psychological thing to this man. And I wonder if bearing his chest
they show
that way,
off his
well,
scar?
they don't have scars in the future, Marcy.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they go in from the back.
So he's only psychologically hiding it then?
Well, yeah, I wonder if like
Yes.
the open V is kind of like his justification. Like, look, I'm not ashamed. I wear my open V, but deep down, he is actually very guarded about it.
So in the future, they go in through the back and the spine for heart surgery.
You know, like you do. Like you do.
I wonder
Look,
if
I'm a podcaster, not a doctor, damn it.
I wonder if Patrick Stewart actually had some say, because I kind of feel like it's almost more Patrick Stewart style than Picard style. Because like whenever I've seen interviews and stuff with Patrick Stewart, he has a little bit more, he's like flair, I guess. And those shirts, when you see them, are like very boisterous. So I wonder if he had a little bit of say in like the extreme deep V. Maybe he wanted to show off that he looks good.
I think whatever wardrobe is doing with Jean-Luc Picard's outfits, it's phenomenal.
It's
I mean, it looks like he's in a fashion show. I mean, he walks like he's on a runway.
Yep.
The pants, I love the different eras they point to. They look really great on him. He has an incredible physique. I mean, his collarbone, I'm a kind of a collarbone fan. I mean, so thank God for the V's.
Very true. All right. Next outfit?
Or is it a question?
Oh, no, we got one more outfit.
Oh, yes.
Jean-Luc is now modeling a breezy and light romper design made of velvety fabric with pastel tones. See how the flowing lines with puffy accents accentuate the deep V tank. As you may remember, this pant design was made popular by MC Hammer in the 20th century. The fanciful marble coloring makes this an ideal ensemble for living out your dreams.
All right. Yeah, this is an episode I haven't seen. All I know about the Inner Light is it's incredibly popular. He plays the flute and he wears that outfit. So I'm just going to let you guys discuss.
I've also not seen it in years, so I don't remember this either, but
we'll try not to give any spoilers, but I
It looks
wanted
like
to.
a comfortable shirt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It looks like a comfortable outfit.
Yeah.
But Inner Light is like, I think one of, if not my all-time favorite episode.
It's a great episode.
And you know, the outfit kind of embodies the light airiness that you feel about certain parts of that episode. And yeah, I love Inner Light. So even though you haven't seen it, I wanted to present a little bit of that episode from it. But it is funny to me there now watching everybody else's photos, how the MC Hammer pant is like in so many of the outfits. Like your peasant outfit had that same pant style with the tight calf and the puffy
those are the
legs.
jodhpurs, basically.
Yes,
The
I mean,
jodhpurs,
we have brought up jodhpurs on the podcast a number of times.
It's not quite the jodhpur, because a jodhpur actually has, I think, like a stiffness to the outside that these are more loose.
Okay. There's a lot of different types, at least when I Google image jodhpur.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day we look at jodhpur images.
It's like Googling hat, you know.
Yeah.
Jesse again on the chat. Deep V, the final frontier. All right. Any other thoughts on the romp around Inner Light? Then our group question for this one is, do you have a favorite outfit you've worn? Like, is there one article or outfit that you're like, man, I rocked that? And feel free to shout out your favorites in the live chat. I guess I'll go first. I remember late high school, getting ready to go to film school. I got like just one of those black leather jackets that kind of like hangs down to the calves, and it's got a button up, and it felt like something around the time that a lot of film directors were wearing. So wearing it, I was just like, I'm a film director. That's what I am now. But I mean, it is weird how like an article of clothing can just fill you with like such a sense of confidence. Looking back, I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but at the time I thought I was just the bee's knees.
I inherited a brown leather jacket that also makes me feel the same way. But more interestingly, I have a least favorite article of clothing that I'd like to shout out instead.
Fair.
Because I used to wear in high school a shirt that I'm sure it was a Christmas present. It had a rubber globe that actually protruded from the shirt, and half a rubber globe. It was like kind of like a pump, like the Nike Air, pump. And so of course, I don't know why I continued to wear it, because every day that I wore it, people would like come up and press it. It was like inviting people to come up and touch my chest and create a little bruise in the center of my, in my clavicle.
Now you know how pregnant women feel.
Yes. So that's something that is my notable shirt. Anybody else?
Marcy, how about you?
Well, I absolutely love fall jackets. And Andrew, my significant other, hates that I love fall jackets because I think I have like 30 of them. And when I was in Alaska, I never got to wear a fall jacket because fall was like 2 weeks. So when I came to Portland, it was like, I can wear a new jacket every day. I mean, like hoodies, I like that feeling of like something being cozy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
my favorite feeling is to put on a hoodie and then completely, well, obviously, like I'm wearing a knit cap. I'm going to wear my knit caps until I possibly can't wear them anymore here in Portland. It gets too hot. But like putting a hoodie over my head and then like making a little circle and then falling asleep with all my blankets also over me. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm a fan of jackets too. Just I mean, like kind of the basic English professor jacket with or without the elbow accessory. I love them. It's an easy way to feel like I was dressing up a little bit as a teacher, but still really comfortable. And my twin actually gave me a dress though that I really love. Every time I wear it, I just feel super hot. It's kind of reminds me of maybe like 1940s. So it's like longer and it just feels good on me. So thanks, Trip, for that. I still wear it.
And I too, we're going to round up the podcast. I have a couple of jackets that I very much enjoy. One of my favorite ones I left on a bus one day riding to work and was never able to get it back. It was a beautiful gray jacket, just fit me like it was tailored and super comfortable. Yeah, that feeling of confidence I got putting it on. Rob, it does look like we have several comments in the chat.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
Jesse also jacket, a black pea coat. I will say, like, black pea coats definitely give you that sense of cool.
Yeah, peacoats are cool.
Strange new pod.
Yep, covered the MLS draft in Philly years ago with the a vest, purple button up, and Peaky Blinders hat with some nice jeans.
Love that type of hat. And Galaxy Star Queen 77's got a great navy blue with white polka dot dress, built-in belts.
Nice.
Sounds kind of like one of those kind of 50s style dresses, or maybe rockabilly dresses. I do love those.
I love those as well. Yeah, I still have a soft spot for the style, and like, you know, I is embarrassingly a 90s ska kid, and so that's something about like dance hall crashers in there. I don't know, just the skirts and classic.
I like shoes too.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, I guess we've determined why the action jacket, you like it so much, is because it can, wearing a jacket or wearing a unique pair of shoes, like makes you feel like you're putting together an outfit. But when you're just like wearing a t-shirt and pants or whatever, it doesn't feel unique until you like add that little something extra.
Sure. Good call.
All right, well, let's move on now to Captain Picard's holodeck and LARP gear, because the man is a cosplayer. All right, yes, our riding outfit. Just because you're on an animal doesn't mean you need to look like one. This riding outfit will make you feel like one with the hollow nature around you. Striped earth tones dominate in this green and brown riding jacket over a beige turtleneck. Leather gloves and a wool riding cap will let the holographic Mr. Ed know who's in charge. Let's go to the next pose. Calf-high leather boots frame the tan jodhpurs, which, when not in the saddle, will leave very little to the imagination. Hi-ho, silver fox. And the final, also available in winter colors.
He likes velvet.
Yeah, he
He
does.
very much likes velvet.
Velvet's very future, V-neck's very future, shiny fabrics very future. This is what
Guess
we're
so.
learning.
Yeah, I think that first outfit was the original inspiration for the jodhpurs craze that our podcast went on. We didn't actually get, I believe there is a shot from behind that Marcy fell in love with that we didn't see just now, but
Well,
Keep an eye out for
we
that.
need Marcy on task. We need her focus, Cam. I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's
I
true.
had
that's
it, but
true.
I was like, oh, we're gonna derail this. This is a live stream, and we know what happened last time. So
Well, honestly, I want you to put that last picture up. Like, can you put the last picture up again, John?
yes, I
'cause-
can.
That is
I
an amazing
mean,
outfit.
I think the shirt might have been one of the shirts from the peasant scene, because I noticed that it was like green and silky,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
It's coming. There you go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it does look like it.
yeah.
I think it might be that same shirt.
So look at these pants. Like, I'm touching my screen. I'm like, I mean, that guy, like wearing velvet tights, basically. That's what he's doing.
Mhm.
And he looks so good in them. And like riding boots, a velvet jacket. I mean, what is happening? Stop it. Don't be so attractive.
I mean, we know Picard is not a fan of animals. They say as much when they ask him where he's heading, and he says he's going to ride a horse. Do you think he's like forcing himself to enjoy horse riding just to wear the outfits.
Yes.
Fair.
I mean, I don't know where you got that he doesn't like animals.
They say that. They're like, sir, I didn't think you like animals. And then I think he says he doesn't like small animals. He doesn't like pets like dogs.
Right.
And cats.
Yeah.
It's fish and horse. Those are all he likes.
That whole conversation he has with Troy in the earlier episode with the earlier pictures, he talks about how to ride a noble steed and make a connection. And Troy even calls him out. He's like, oh, it's not about the riding, it's about the connecting with nature kind of thing. So.
Which, again, it's all holographic lights. It's not a noble steed, but it's the best you can get on the starship, I guess.
He's just like an actor. You don't work with children or animals. He knows this.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Those animals look at him and they're judging him. He could tell.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great outfit, but I think anything else to say about it? He does look great riding that horse.
Yeah.
I just remember that was one of our original through lines was the Jodhpur jokes.
Jodhpur.
I am working on for my, I'm the provider of screen printed t-shirts for this podcast on shirtnerdery.com/screenshirt. And I am thinking about some custom, look, Cameron's wearing one now. Some custom Jodhpurs. I'm thinking about producing a line of green shirt branded Jodhpurs. I guess each leg extension will have like green and then shirt on the other side. I don't know.
I think just over the ass, like juicy.
And then juicy, of course, yeah. Always. All my garments have juicy somewhere hidden. Near as close to the ass as possible.
All right, well, let's move on then. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yes, Dixon Hill. It's no mystery that this hard-boiled detective look is, he looks amazing in classic fedora and trench coat. This ain't no Party City gangster costume. This is the real deal. Even in the future, this look never goes out of style. Classic tie, suit jacket, pants, shoes, socks probably. So good they made not one but two action figures based on this classic look. They may be the same mold and different paint jobs, but still, check it out. Dixon Hill, everybody.
I
The
want
shoes
that
look the
guy
same,
in
though.
action figure. Man.
Yeah,
Thank you to mindless shelf indulgence for the pictures of these action figures.
I would like a Whoopi Goldberg action figure. I do like action figures that so specific to like that. That I have my Geordie as behind me somewhere there. The Geordie as the creature that he's trying to. What is the creature called?
Yeah, I don't know.
Crisis, yeah.
Yes, a action figure like, oh look, I'm a little kid and I wanted to really play with the Geordie having evolved into an alien species. That's always hilarious to me. But Whoopi as in that era, that's an awesome action figure.
Yeah, I mean, she was in that costume for on television for what, 10 minutes
seconds?
maybe.
Oh,
and she got an action figure out of that. I would love to know which action figure was created from somebody with the least screen time ever earning an action figure from.
Oh, totally.
Interesting point.
Yeah. Guinness, get on it. Yeah, I love film noir. I love 40s fashion. I love this outfit. I mean, I think anyone looks better with a fedora and Patrick Stewart more than most. So
Even though you can't see his bald head, Cam?
I mean, somehow, I don't know. It's down there. It's there.
The mystery of it.
That's right.
I mean, this is the beginning of the really recognizing that Picard can't help if there's a mystery happening, whether it be in Dixon Hill or in real life. He just gets super excited. He's like, there's a mystery, and he can't not follow the mystery.
I love that he is so on a pedestal about the Federation and the utopia that the Federation is, and how humanity has evolved and such a great thing. And yet, his favorite literature other than Shakespeare is gritty dime store detective novels that's all about the gritty, dirty underbelly of humanity. And I mean, maybe that's part of it. It's sort of escapist for him, I mean, not to share my political leanings, but I think government is fine and can do good for people. But I love conspiracy movies, anything about an evil government and the conspiracies they're doing. I'm all in.
I agree, Cameron. Stop the steal. I agree with you. That's what you're saying.
Setting you up there for Rob.
Let's go storm so let's go to Salem, storm the capital. Yeah, there's so many great holodeck cosplay, and this is probably one of my favorites of all of them. I mean, I prefer it over the Robin Hood, believe it or not. But yeah, classic look.
Yeah, Picard, giant geek, big cosplayer. Who would have thought it? Yeah. And he's so terrible at it in the first episode, and he gets better. That's what I like. You kind of see him get more relaxed and comfortable with the role playing.
Well, it's like, when the first time you play D&D, you're the whole, because he's like laughing at the world around and like marveling at the holodeck, and then finally it's like, all right, I'm into this. So I over that. Let's do this. So,
Marcy,
I don't remember what I was going to say. Maybe it was about like Data and all those people. Early on, we would actually hear about how like he was doing real things like riding horses, or O'Brien breaks his arm kayaking, and like all these things. And when we meet Data for the first time, he's like in a pond or whatever.
Like just in nature. Yeah.
And then when they realized they could use it for cosplay, basically, they never went back. Like, I don't think how often again do we see them just like chilling there doing like a normal thing? Not very often.
Excellent.
All right, proceed.
Robin Hood. Here we see the captain rocking thick dark top tights under a rough olive colored tunic with some Robin Hood-esque thick fringe sleeves. An off-white bastion shirt and a pair of leather gauntlets complete the rugged ensemble. Picard tops off the look by adding an iconic bicocked cap. The captain's goatee is both glorious and pays homage to Errol Flint's 1938 rendition of the beloved character, Adventures of Robin Hood.
Very nice. Someone did their research.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he did not choose this outfit. This was a Q prank, so to speak. But I mean, what I will say is, like, unlike maybe some of the other crew members, Worf, Picard never seems uncomfortable in this outfit. He takes to it immediately.
Well, and I take that as Q definitely made his outfit fit better than Worf's or Geordie's or Troy's or Crutch. Like, Q put some love into Picard's outfit, giving it to him there, which is funny considering Q can literally do anything he wants. He actually, it is the best of all the costumes they get to wear.
Do you think that was, I mean, in the canon of the episode, since this is all Q's creation, did he give Picard actual facial hair, or is that like a theatrical appliance? That's got to be actual, otherwise he would have ripped it off, right?
I don't know, he might like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he would, once he realizes, like, oh no, I'm in this. Okay, here we go. Yes, and I am wearing this beard.
He didn't alter Riker's beard or Worf's facial hair.
No.
Riker's. Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah, he looks good as Robin Hood. I'd watch a Robin Hood movie with Patrick Stewart. I mean, there is a Robin Hood movie with Patrick Stewart, but he doesn't play Robin Hood.
And yet, we wouldn't necessarily rewatch 100 times this episode of Star Trek Next Generation.
Not so much.
Maybe unpopularly did not love this episode, but go check it out on our in our stream.
This is interesting. So this and both Vash episodes are represented in this fashion show, because she's in this episode, Robin Hood, and she's in the Risa episode. So there's a couple. I think that's a testament to, like, I mean, I guess it doesn't mean anything, but Vash was such a great character and a good foil to Picard, because she actually got him to feel like emotional, and she could challenge him.
She brings out
intellectually
that fun-loving kind of adventurous spirit that both the archaeological and the Robin Hood outfits embody.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I mean, we're running a little long. I can skip our group question for this one, unless anyone had an outfit they wore based on a fictional character they really wanted to share. That's fair.
Not particularly.
You don't have to. Yeah.
All right, let's just move on to Picard's undercover or taken over outfits. We'll begin with Locutus of Borg. Resistance to this goth phase is sure to be futile. The Borg may not be much for individuality, but they can accessorize. Your assimilation begins with a heavy knit black turtleneck to keep out those notorious Borg cube drafts. Fashionable and functional, that's the best of both worlds. Meanwhile, black tubing, gauntlets, and faceplate emanate that Home Depot chic look, which is so in this year. Of course, you can't be dressed to the 7 of 9s without a giant codpiece with built-in abs. Now you're ready to add your biological distinctiveness to the honeys at Club 359. Thank you. I was proud of
Well
that one.
done, Karen. You weren't
That
lying.
was so good.
Knocked that one out of the park.
Borg abs. Marcy was the one to spot those first on the podcast, I think. I'd never noticed them.
Oh my God. I mean, that's all I have to say about the outfit is, I mean, did you have to add the abs?
It's intimidation, right?
Cyborg, and he's like a ripped cyborg, just so you know.
My favorite part of the outfit, though, is that knit turtleneck sweater. Like the Borg decided to give him like just a sweater to wear over all the functional gadgets. Like, okay.
I never really thought about that.
Like, I don't
It's
know.
your turtleneck. We don't want you to like see all the creepy things we did to you.
I mean, it looks drafty in those cubes. So I mean, maybe a few like assimilated species like got hypothermia, and they're like, maybe we need to do something about this.
Was this fashion choice so popular that in culture, like high school students were wearing tubes all over, sticking out of their faces? Was this catch on? Is this something? And the fake abs, they support those too.
I hope. Now my son's going to show up one day with like wearing the fake abs. I'm like, you are not leaving the house in that. Son. I learned it from you, Dad, in your Star Trek show.
I'll never forget the first time we meet the Borg, though. There's like Borg babies. I remember having like a really long conversation about like I think they adjusted that for later Borg episodes, but
that was like one specific Borg ship that they were like, we don't talk about them.
Yeah. I was disappointed in later, interactions with the Borg. Like he had a personal Borg stylist for this outfit. Like he had a Borg helping him out get dressed in all this Borg gear. And later on, they just automated that job, offshored it to some nanobots. Like it's sad to see. They say it's in the name of progress and assimilation, but man, you just hate to see artisans put out of work, because that Borg stylist did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, he probably picked out the name too.
Look, that is like a fashion model name right there.
it is.
All right. Anything else Borgy, or shall we move on to the other great Star Trek nemesis, the Romulans?
Oh, Romulans. Romulan, more like come on, Yulin. While these prosthetics are quite impressive, the overall look is a fashion flub. This brown bathrobe does Picard no favors, covering up his obviously awesome physique, and this bowl cut is, to put it simply, just awful. I wish somebody would come along and make it so, and sew him a different outfit. You know me, guys. I do like the obviously the ears and the makeup are awesome, but I've never liked shoulder pads, never been a fan of bowl cuts, and I don't know that I'll ever like the Romulans' fashion choices.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is one of the times we see Picard in like a dress-up outfit, and he does not look comfortable. He does not. I think he's with you, Rob. I think he agrees. He is not a fan of the Romulan fashion.
Yeah, it's just kind of a drab.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
looks heavy too.
Heavy and drab.
Oh yeah, hot. Can you imagine how many layers he was wearing? I
do like a bathrobe, but
just wearing a giant towel over my body
with like football shoulder pads underneath.
Yeah,
That's the worst combination.
He should have cut a deep V into it. That would have been
that would be discreet.
They don't.
Maybe that's what he does when he like rips it off. Like, we'll make you be.
They don't recognize him because he's in Romulan face, but once he cuts that deep V, they're like, "Those are Picard pecs. We recognize those."
Speaking of Picard pecs and maybe a little lower, just to go back to the Borg real quick, I did have to mention Jesse's comment. Behind the scenes fact, those are actually just Patrick Stewart's abs painted black.
Oh. Black
Yeah.
abs. Black abs.
Any more Romulan notes? Sounds like we're all on the same page. Not a fan of that fashion.
No.
No, I mean, and generally just Romulan fashion's not that great. no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip my next one and save that time for Bobby.
Okay,
Bobby's
that
quiz,
was
but-
well, just real quick. It was some
Show it, though.
piratey. Yeah, let's see it real quick
okay.
because I just
I'll
wanted to say,
I'll
Marcy
just
put
read
this.
the captions I wrote. Hang
Okay.
on here.
Marcy put this on the outline. It's from the Picard show, so I had no idea what it was, and then I saw the pictures.
Oh,
no,
no, he's
this-
skipping
this- yeah.
John's.
Yeah, this.
Piratey
The
Picard.
piratey Picard.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. one.
Okay,
Never
yeah,
mind.
okay.
Okay, well, then I'll
just
save
go
my
through
note for,
captions at
for the
least.
Picard.
So, yeah, so we have Picard, and then we have some more Picard. Picard is a little confused.
What is this?
And Picard. All right, now on to the next.
I want to watch that episode. Wow, great stuff. Okay, I also want to watch this next episode we're about to talk about. Let's get into it.
Yeah, it's opening up here real quick. All right. There we go.
Our well-seasoned model has demonstrated several different styles during the fashion show. This final and unique design emphasizes that age doesn't impact style. You can see the influences of early French privateers mixed with bohemian artists, but don't let the beret and eye patch distract you from the fleur-de-lis inlay of the overcoat and smartly knotted scarf. This design, along with a strong French accent, is sure to disguise your real identity from any villain.
This is amazing. I cannot wait to get to this. It's incredible.
Yeah, so I kind of like that this is like sort of the end because they brought some of that fun back to Star Trek Picard,
Mhm.
but I am not a huge fan of the Star Trek Picard show.
Even with
so-
that outfit didn't tip
like
it
that
over.
scene was really good. So 7 of 9 and Picard, great. But I mean, there's a lot wrong with the new show. I'm watching it, obviously, but if you like it, I'm sorry for you. And you can roast me in the live feed if you want.
Are you going to watch season 2?
Of course I will. I
Okay,
mean, I'll
well.
give them their money because I want more things like Below Decks. And it sounds like that new one that's coming out with the new cartoon is going to be pretty good. But I loved the first episode, and then they couldn't get it together for the rest of the season. But yeah, I think Picard is still kind of the same, and that's who we're here to talk about. And like the idea that he's like, oh, I get to disguise myself. This is the disguise he comes up with, is the very cosplay disguise. And you're like, come on, Picard.
I love it. I love it. I'm
It's
glad
not
they brought that.
TNG anymore.
It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia for him.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't cosplayed on that vineyard in all those years.
Yeah. He's getting to be a silly again, I guess.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good for him. Well, then, like, real quick, let's go through some of our favorite costumes, whether they were Halloween or not. I know most of us here are big costume fans. Who's got a favorite, or are they in a specific order, John?
They are not in a specific order. Let me see if I can get this to work. I was having trouble sharing this.
Can I share my screen and show some?
Yeah, go
Is that
for it.
allowed? Let me see here. Oop. Let's see my
In live
desktop
chat,
for a
feel
brief
free to
moment.
shout out your favorite costumes.
Here's me as a young man as Wolverine with yes, cardboard claws. I used to do a couple, like I took a frame and I would cut my shirt and then like create that's hard to describe as a
Nice.
you have to see it.
I don't think
I was as a green screen special effect that you could, so that I could take pictures with people on Halloween and they could then easily replace me with Gollum or whatever. There's the Funisher. I went to a Cameron birthday party as the Funisher.
Yes, you did.
This was I was one of the members of One Direction. This was when I was
Dang.
quickly making costumes by just buying posters and putting my heads in them. I was Joan Holloway from Mad Men. Erin, my wife, she decided to be Joan Holloway, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll do that too. So I went down to the basement and quickly for our party threw on, and she was not thrilled about it.
This is good.
Local chain, Fred Myers. I was Freddie Myers, which was a Michael Myers mask and a Freddy Krueger sweater. This was recently, we talked about on the pod. Here's me, Dr. Demento, with my friend Lori as Weird Al.
That was a lot of beard dye.
Yeah, I did put a lot of beard, too much black beard dye in. So those are some of my favorite costumes. From
who wants to follow that?
Dang. It's a
I
hard
could
one
done
to
a
follow.
couple.
I only did one. I should have done a couple. I was hard to choose.
Nope, that is the wrong costume window.
I don't follow directions, you guys.
Let me try this again. Sorry.
I got a couple of
live.
group
This
ones,
is
one
live.
with from your birthday cam with all of us.
Oh, good. Strange New Pod did a Joker once. It was awesome. Jesse didn't realize Hugh Jackman was a friend of the pod.
There it is. Okay.
Heroes. I had like a child-sized Spider-Man costume that holds in and or ooh.
Can you see
Oh,
that?
great. That's great. Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we gotta, if we're gonna do the League of Their Own, like that goes, all the credit for that idea is from Marcy, and I was happy to join in. Thanks.
Actually,
Marcy.
I have the group costumes, like all of us. So I got 6 girls, and Andrew dressed up as the coach in a League of Their Own.
Oh, this one is probably my favorite in all life because I'm obsessed with the Breakfast Club.
Nice.
So a bunch of my friends and I got dressed up. It's all women, so that was also kind of fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's great.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
I
look
wish.
at
Yeah, I wish my Star Trek. I forgot that that's in my thing in the shed. I wish I was wearing it right now. That was just fun. Meet my friend in the middle. I didn't know she was gonna go spacey too, so that was kind of fun.
Nice.
So this is the group. That's Andrew, my significant other, is the coach, and then I'm second. I'm Kit,
Yeah.
and then Bobby there at the end, and then my friend Leslie is Dottie. on the
And
very back.
I was all the way May.
all the way May. That's right.
Very good.
Oh, hey, there's me as Spider Noir in the middle, holding my daughter, who was Peter Porker, Spider
That's me
Ham.
right next to you in my Captain America in disguise costume.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah. And I'm Captain Marvel, and Rob's the Punisher there.
Holding a boggle and a cupcake.
I
What's
love
Andrew
Jason, How
doing?
happy Jason.
He's
Nick Fury
Tony
is.
Stark.
He's Tony
Yeah.
Stark,
Oh,
and then yeah,
got it.
Jason's Nick Fury back there.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, there's
Oh,
my
yeah.
shredder outfit. I was pretty happy with that. I could cut out all those little shredders, and my wife made an awesome tunic and cape. And I found
Nice.
a Darth Vader helmet that I was able to apply some stuff to and spray paint silver.
That's awesome.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
This is my Futurama costume.
That's a good one.
Leela.
Yep.
There's my Kit costume.
Oh yeah. This was not like for Halloween or anything. I did a play on like the Newlywed Game. It was called Know Your Boo, and so I decided just to dress up because you're doing something. Dress up.
That was an
That-
awesome dress.
That top was so tight. I could barely breathe in it.
And my Starbuck costume.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Oh,
costume.
sure. Very good.
All right.
Some good looking nerdery, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like in particular like John's understated Captain America in disguise. I always like a good deep reference like that. It's simple. I did go to Comic-Con once and took a stack of Post-it notes, and I would put like I drew stars on it and put it on my face at one point for like I don't know if you know the actor that plays Hodor has like face tattoos, and I was that actor, and I put different I could cover my face and then drew a Rorschach, and I was Rorschach from Watchmen. It's fun to like a poor man's costume is always a fan. I'm always a fan of simple. Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts on the good captain and his closet?
It's a big closet.
It's a big closet.
That's a quantum closet is what he's got.
That is. Yeah, I mean, the man has depth of character, and it shows in the outfits he presents himself in on the show for sure. And I'm excited to see where he goes. Looks like there's some good ones coming up too. I'm happy to know what they tell us about the man.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I'm
Okay.
good.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. The live chat was hopping. Lots of good talking there. Thank you everyone for joining us and watching us blabber on about clothes. So let's see. Later today, speaking of the Captain Picard Week podcast festival, you can hear the Duras sisters as they discuss Picard and diplomacy. That's happening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find it here at the same Twitch channel. If you are listening to this later on, like if you're just catching up later today, you can find it here on the Twitch. You can replay it, or later on, if you're listening to our audio only version or whatnot, you can always find these videos on the Strange New Pod YouTube site, youtube.com/Strange New Pod. Find them there. Meanwhile, our socials are at GreenShirt87, Green Shirt Podcast on Facebook,
Green Shirt Podcast on Instagram.
And you could buy mugs, t-shirts, and stickers over at shirtnerdery.com/greenshirts. And those will come from me, and I will touch every item to my beer before
our Captain Jean-Luc Piconnery shirt is available.
Jean-Luc Piconnery.
And let's see, anything else? I mean, let's give out some other shout outs. I've got them written down. Where did they go? So yeah, I'm guessing everyone watching and listening right now are big Star Trek fans. We are starting a spin-off podcast for Strange New Worlds when it comes out. Producer John T. Bolds and the aforementioned Jesse from the Sudden But Inevitable podcast are going to do Open Pike Night, where we'll be watching Strange New Worlds and discussing them. And we want to hear your thoughts. As the name suggests, we really want to hear what the rest of the community thinks about this show and these episodes. You'll be able to send in sound clips for us to play on the show, or, you know, you could just write something out and we'll read it. You can find, what's the Twitter account for that, John?
It is at Open Pike. And if you, as you're watching or before the series, want to share your thoughts on what you're hoping for or worried about or anything about Strange New Worlds, go ahead and send us an email with that audio clip or write up at openpike@gmail.com, and we will hopefully get a good gathering and start reading those out and sharing those on Open Pike Night episodes.
I will be starting my concurrent day after episode where I examine their podcast episode by repeating it all in a voice, like just commentary. It's a watch along where I just make fun of them for not for trying anything without me. It's a big mistake.
And then we'll be starting a Patreon where Marcy just records herself listening to our podcast and also making comments like that as she drives to and from work.
Or when she content access to the drunk text threads that we often get from Marcy as she wants to the episodes of our podcast.
Lots of cursing in that thread.
Thanks again to everyone for listening. Thanks Strange New Pod for hosting. I hope everyone
Thank you
noticed.
everybody on the stream for watching and listening.
Yeah. Thank you everybody.
Troy up on Marcy's hat. It looks like Boba Fett riding a Rancor up there. And take care, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Cheers. I don't know how to end this.
Bye.
Bye.
Catwalk off. So this.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.